Hey DIYers, Jarrett here from Alarm Grid. Today we're going to be going over how you would set up a garage door controller on the Honeywell Lyric system, or how you would go ahead and control that garage door through the Lyric panel. Now there's a few ways to be able to do it, but in this video we're going to be covering how you would use the 5877 GDPK kit to be able to control that. Now the 5877 GDPK kit comes with the 5877 relay module itself, and then it comes with a Z-Wave siren. This is actually the Fortress SSA-1 Z-Wave siren, and both of these are going to work together to be able to control that garage door. Essentially, this is going to be the relay module that communicates to the panel that would send that signal to the, or basically it would send, the Lyric send the signal to this, and then you would be able to open the garage door. And this is basically indicating that the garage door is being opened. It also comes with an LED light right here that would flash a few times to let you know, or anybody else that is in that area of the door that the door is being opened. Now, this kit does not come with the 5822T garage door tilt sensor. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind, if you wanted to receive notifications from or within Total Connect 2.0 to let you know that the garage door is being opened, or have the garage door be integrated in the panel so that if the garage door is open, it can go ahead and trigger like an entry exit delay, you're going to need this. This relay module is not going to do anything like that. It's just letting you be able to control that garage door through the Lyric panel, and you'll be able to see the status of the garage door, whether it's open or closed, on the panel itself. However, you're not going to get that notification through Total Connect 2.0 or the central station if that door has been left open for a while, or if you did want to actually trigger the alarm, being that the door is open. If you wanted something like that, you need this. This is a tilt sensor that would be set up on a garage door, and essentially it sits right here. If the garage door is closed, it would sit like this, and then when it's opened, it's going to tilt upwards. Now, there's a specific sensor in here that picks up when that's the device is, or there's a sensor in here that picks up whether the door is opened, so that it can go ahead and notify the system that that door has been opened. So there's a few ways you can program this sensor into the Lyric panel. You can set up the response type to be able to do different things when this door is open. So the first one is if you had it set to response type garage. Essentially that is going to set the door as an entry-exit zone, right? But it's going to set the entry delay period for the second one that you have, the second entry delay period, not the first one. So there's two entry delay periods that can be set on the system. There's the first one and there's the second one. The first one is normally the one that you would use for your normal entry zones or your entry doors, so that it gives you a 30-second delay, 60-second delay, however you want to set that. The second one is for different, let's say a back door or something that's normally not opened all the time, but it's a bit far away from the panel. You can set that entry exit delay, or the entry delay zone, or the time, the delay period, so that it gives you enough time to be able to get to the panel to disarm it in time. Now, when you set the response type to garage, that is going to give this sensor that longer entry delay period that you have set. So it gives you enough time to be able to get out of the car, get to the system, disarm it in time before anything happens. Now, the second method of programming the sensor is by choosing response type garage monitor. Now, this isn't going to set any entry delay period whatsoever. This is basically just going to create a chime on the panel, and it's going to send a notification to Total Connect to let you know that the door has been opened, but nothing is going to happen to the system. It's not going to trigger any alarm, anything. It's basically just give you a notification. So one thing you want to keep in mind about setting the 5877 GDPK up is you will need the 5822T garage door tilt sensor. Now, I did mention that this kit doesn't exactly come with this tilt sensor. However, you are going to need it if you want to go ahead and receive notifications within Total Connect 2.0. This is going to be very important when you're using Total Connect, because this will give you that open-close notification for that garage door. Essentially, this is a tilt sensor that sits on the garage door. You want to make sure that when you're mounting it, the arrow is facing up. If you have it down, it's going to be constantly faulted. So you want to make sure that this is, again, facing upwards. Now, when it's sitting like this, basically this is how the garage door is. I mean, like when it's closed, it's going to be sitting like this, and then when it opens, you're going to go ahead and have it tilt. And that's going to go ahead and fault the panel and let it know that the garage door is open. Now, if you want to go ahead and program the 5822T, there are certain zones within the programming that you assign this to, and it's going to be zones 127 through 130. These are specifically made for the tilt sensors, so you want to make sure that you're just adding these within those zones. So if you want to go ahead and do that, what you want to do here is at the main screen, if you tap on security, it's going to bring you to this window here, and you're going to look for tools. So when you tap on tools, it's going to bring up this keypad, and you want to enter the installer code. The default is 4112. Then you go into program at the top left, and then you're going to look for zones right here in the middle, and then it's going to bring you to the zones here. So we're going to be scrolling down to go ahead and look for 127. So we're just going to tap on that down arrow a few times here, see if we can get there. Okay, so you have 127, 128, 129, and 130. These are the 4 specific zones for the 5822T. So we're going to be working on 127. If you already have one of these little bad boys programmed, you want to make sure that you're programming it to the next zone. So if you already have something on 127, then you're going to start at 128, and so on. So for this one, we're going to go into 127. Just tap on it and then press Edit. It's going to bring you to this window. Now there's 2 methods of programming the sensor. You can either manually program it, or you can auto-enroll the sensor so that the panel picks it up automatically, programs the serial number and the loop number for you. In this instance, we're going to go ahead and do the auto-enrollment process. So if you tap on serial number, it's going to bring up the keypad, and we're going to grab our sensor here. So we're just going to fault it a couple times so the panel picks it up. So as you can see, it did auto-enroll the sensor into the panel. You may have to fault it a few times for the panel to pick it up, but it should go ahead and pick it up. Normally it defaulted 3 times so that the system can grab that serial number and grab the loop number. Now as you can see, the loop number is pre-programmed right there. For a 5822T, you want to make sure it's loop number 3. Now you have zone description. It's going to fault to main. We're going to keep it as main because we're changing the device type to garage door. So essentially, once we program this, it's going to say main garage door. So I'm going to tap on that. We're going to look for garage door. And then you have the response type. So you have garage and garage monitor. Now, garage is essentially like if you want this 5822T to work as like an entry-exit zone, to go ahead and trigger the entry delay period, then you go ahead and set it to that. And then once the garage door opens, you have that delay period. It gives you that time so you can get to the panel and disarm it quick enough so that nothing happens. Now, if you don't want the sensor to do that and you just want to get notifications on the panel and total connect, but you don't want it to actually trip any alarm, then you set it to garage monitor. So in this instance, we're gonna set it to garage monitor because I want to show you how it works when the system is armed. So if you tap on that, we've got garage monitor. Alarm report, if you had it set up as garage, where the response type is garage, then it's useful. But when you have it set up as garage monitor, remember, it's not going to be tripping anything on the system, just giving you a notification. So alarm report doesn't really matter at that moment, but we're going to keep it set to that anyway. So chime, we're going to set it to standard. Supervision, we're going to leave it as supervised. Once all of this is programmed, just press save. You can see it's programmed right here, main garage door, while 128 or zone 128, it's just main new. So we have nothing programmed to that. So at this point, just tap on the back arrow, take you all the way back to the main screen. All right, and now we're gonna stick on this screen here. So just to basically show you how the garage door works, or the tilt sensor works, if a garage door is closed, it's gonna be sitting like this. Once it's opened, it's gonna go ahead and tilt, and you'll see it fault on the panel. So same thing, I mean, if you go ahead and close it, it's gonna not fault it won't be faulted anymore, and that error or that fault is gonna go away on the system. Now, one cool thing you want to keep in mind about this is even if the garage door is open, because you have it set up in a response type garage door monitor, you can still arm the system while that garage door is open. Unlike other sensors where, if they're faulted, you can't arm the system. When it's set to a garage monitor, I can. So that when you're, leaving the house or anything, you could just go ahead and close that garage door without having to worry of the system having any issues. And then also, as I said, when it's in the armed state, when the system is in the armed state, that garage door sensor is not going to trip the alarm. So to show you an example, I'm going to go ahead and go into armed away. I'm actually going to fault the sensor here. So you can see it is open. So we're going to go into arm away mode. Now it's giving us a countdown to go ahead and leave the building. But at the same time, I have it faulted. So we're going to go ahead and just unfault that sensor now. And it's no longer switching between the garage door being opened or closed. Okay, so now our system is in armed away mode. So I'm going to go ahead and fault the sensor, and all we're going to get is a notification. See? It says garage or open 27 main garage. So it's not tripping anything on the system. You could still disarm it if you want to, but you're not going to get that entry exit delay or the entry delay period. So we're just going to go ahead and disarm the system now. And when you're disarming the system, you always want to use the master code. The default is 1234. All right, so that's it for the 5822T. That's basically how it works and how you go ahead and program it. Now, one very important thing, though, that I do want to add to this video, though, is about the 5877 GDPK. It is very important to know that it will not work with a Chamberlain MyQ garage door opener. It's not meant for that. The MyQ garage door openers already have the integration or within Total Connect 2.0. Granted, it does depend on which monitoring company you're using if they have that enabled for you. If you're a monitor customer with us, you already have it. But that's basically how the MyQ garage door opener works. If you want to use the 5877 GDPK, it's meant for garage door openers that accept a momentary short. Basically, the 5877 is sending that short to the garage door opener so that it can go ahead and trigger that to open up. Open or close, either one. All right, so if you wanted to go ahead and program the 5877 into the panel so you can control your garage door, first, well, actually, you're not going to be accessing any of the programming menus as you would normally. You're actually going to be here at the main screen. And on the main screen, you have the automation button right here at the top middle. So if you tap on that, it's going to take you to this window here. Okay, so this menu is going to show you the different Z-Wave devices you have programmed or the automation devices you have programmed. If you had lights, thermostats, locks, this is where you go ahead and control all of that. Now, you see garages down here, but we don't have this relay module actually programmed yet. So we're not going to be going into this menu. Actually, what we're going to do is hit the down arrow on the right, and you're going to see garage door setup. So if you tap on that, it's going to take you to this little area right here. And you're going to, if you already have something programmed in there, you just go to the second one or the third one. But in this instance, we're going to garage door 1. So if you tap on that, you're going to see assign device. Just tap on that, and it's going to take you to this window. Now, it's going to ask you for the serial number. Now, the serial number you're going to be getting from the 5877 relay module itself, and it's going to be located on the inside. So what we're going to do is just tap on enter serial number. It's going to bring us to this window. Now, what you want to do is pop this open. So at the bottom of it, you're going to see a little tab right here. You want to grab like a flathead screwdriver, even a pair of keys, whichever one is easiest to be able to fit into this little groove, and you're just going to pry that open. Bam, look at that. So we have the relay little circuit board right in here. We already have this plugged into power. Now, the serial number that you're looking for is going to be right underneath this power cable, actually. You have like the standard barrel plug connector, but it's going to be right there on the circuit board directly underneath it. So right now we're looking at 0018730. So we're going to type that in, 0018730. And then you're going to tap on done once you've confirmed that you have it input correctly. And then now this has been programmed at this point, right? So now you're going to move on to the Z-Wave siren. The setup of the Z-Wave siren is even easier. You don't have to pop open anything at all. You're essentially going to click on include siren. It's going to put the panel to a learning mode, and you're essentially going to trigger this the siren. You're going to press the program button on it. If you look in the back of it, when that is in program mode, you're going to press this button right here. This says program switch. Essentially, this is just triggering the siren to go ahead and send a signal to the panel so that it can go ahead and learn into it. So if you tap on include siren, it's going to go into the inclusion mode, and just tap on that button. Yeah, you don't have to hold down the button or anything. I made the mistake of holding it down. That's why you saw that quick flash of light. Essentially, you just have to tap on the button. If you hold it down, you're just going to get a flashing light. It's not really going to include. Again, just tap on it. So now, once you have it included, it's going to bring this up here. It just tells you that you have successfully gone ahead and included that to the panel. So just hit the back arrow at this point. And to know that it has successfully, actually programmed, you're going to see this option right here, exclude garage siren. Before we actually included it, it said just exclude siren. It didn't actually say garage siren 1. So if you wanted to go ahead and remove that siren, you just tap on exclude siren, do the same exact process, just tap on that button in the back, and it'll go ahead and remove that from the programming. So once you have all of this configured, all you have to do is just tap on the back arrow, and you'll see garage door 1 assigned. You tap on the back arrow again, you're going to take you back to this menu, and just tap on the up arrow, and now we're going to go into garages, and now you see garage door 1. So if you go ahead and go into that window, it's going to bring you to this little section here. So whenever you press this button, the relay, what's going to happen is that the relay is going to open that garage door. It's gonna send that, the signal to it, and then it's gonna go ahead and start opening the garage door. And then once that's happening, the Z-Wave siren is going to activate. You're gonna have the light flashing a couple times, and then you're gonna have the siren go ahead and emit a pretty loud sound to notify anybody that is in the general area that that garage door is being opened. So stay clear. So to show you an example, we're gonna go ahead and turn this on here, or we're gonna activate it. Now this is very loud, so if you're trying to test this out within a closed space, just be prepared. Cover your ears, wear one of these if you have something, pair of headphones. It is pretty decently loud. So we're gonna go ahead and throw these on. All right, so we are a go. So if you tap on this now, all right, so as you can see, the siren did go ahead and trigger, and then you saw the LED light going off for a second there. And if this was set up to a garage door, this would have gone ahead and opened that garage door to be able to, take your car out, leave the premise, do what you need to. And then if you want to go ahead and close that garage door, you're just going to tap on that button again on the panel, and it's going to do the same exact thing. And this is basically what's going to show. I mean, as on the panel, you just see garage door here, and it's not necessarily indicating that the garage door has been opened, but if you're right there, I mean, you can clearly see that it's open. But essentially, if you want to go ahead and close it, you just tap on the button again. So here we go. We're going to throw these back on. And we're going to go ahead and tap on that now. So if you had the garage door set up on the with that relay module, that door would have closed by now, and then obviously you would have been notified with this going off at the same time. And essentially, once you're done with everything, you just hit the back arrow and you're back at the main screen. And that is how you set up a garage door controller on the Honeywell Lyric system by using the 5877 GDPK. If you have any further questions about the Honeywell Lyric or alarm systems in general, please reach us at support@alarmgrid.com or go to our website, alarmgrid.com. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. If you want notifications of future videos, please click the bell icon. This is Jarrett with Alarm Grid. You have a great day.